Classic. Oh yeah, we need the screen recording, otherwise Demetrios will kill me.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show called Joey Answers Your Questions, the show. It's not the late night episode today, but I think that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
It proves that I'm kind of on the ball, which would be true if I was filming this on a Monday, like Demetrios and I agreed to, but it's Tuesday. Demetrios will kill me. Let's go to r/better ideas and check out the memes that you guys posted. Joey's probably regretting this decision right now. New members joining the sub, hoping to get the course for free. Joey, you are on this council, for we do not grant you the rank of master. Yes, exactly. You know, learn your place. Is that why people are working so hard on the sub? They don't actually care about good meme content. They just want a free course. Sorry for the low quality. I don't know what went wrong. Reddit didn't grant you the rank of high quality images poster. It's true. Joey's new business model. Buy the course and get this sub for free. Buy the course and get this sub for free. Yeah, isn't that how it always works? You buy the course and subreddits are always free. Has anyone ever heard of a paid subreddit? I haven't. Actually, that would make sense because then you would like password lock it or something. And then you'd sell the password via your course. What? How can you do this? This is outrageous. It's unfair. How can you be in the subreddit and not get a free course? This is outrageous.
Outrageous!
So, a meme.
Ratatouille.
Men be like, I know a spot, and then take you to reddit.com/better ideas. Very nice. Very eloquent. Okay, here it. Oh, wait. This isn't it. I love the banner from Yatrubog, so I made it as a banner just like Silly Willy did, but added Joey and some extra room for baldness. What do you guys think? I like it. It's a good Photoshop job. Honestly, not the most flattering photo of me. I don't know if that was on purpose, but definitely, you know, if I was a hitman, it looks like I'm about to sing you a jolly anthem while killing you.
Consider yourself
Terminated.
die!
Say goodbye, Joey. The Skillshare promotional team after watching a video from the second channel. Adios. Yeah, they can't know I'm making my own course. I mean, sure they can. I don't care. Who cares? Who cares?
I do.
Joey be like, I love honey, but you know what I don't love? Loud housemates. Then I'll do something loud or something. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. That was, of all the sounds you could have chosen. Hey Joey, I like your answer very much that I made a quote picture. I am working on breaking a bad habit. Thank you. P.S. Sorry for the picture. I had to use it. Use that guilt as a force to break that habit. Why'd you use that picture, dude? It's hilarious. It's like I'm some weird alien from Star Trek or something giving you advice. It's like I'm Spock's inbred cousin.
His brain is gone.
Has Joey made a breakdown of his office/workspace anywhere? I was hoping to find a video where he shares his setup and equipment, but haven't found anything. No. Sub banner as requested. Okay, thank you, Silly Willy. It's a little low res. Can you make that higher res? I can make that the banner right now, but maybe I'll be a little bit pickier because I think it's just like a little pixelated. Maybe that's meme. You know, it could have that little shitposty effect that Reddit has. So maybe I will. I'll make that the banner after I get off the after I finish filming. Oh my gosh. Okay, in the morning, me trying to live a normal, productive life. My phone. Hey, you know what? It's true. It's true. Phone is too tempting. I wish this subreddit was a stock photo so I could buy it up now while it's cheap. Joey, I love all these quality memes on the subreddit. Thanks. This is good. Good. What is this? My attempt at the first subreddit meme format. Joey to his 1 million subscribers on his main channel. Joey to his 10k subs on his secondary channel. Yes, I'm giving you fake smiles. Just a forced, agonizing smile. Look, I'm like actually dying inside. I drink tea now instead of coffee because you know how I had that esophageal condition? No one cares about what I'm about to say, but I had this esophageal condition and it was because of constant reflux. And you know how I'm burping a lot in my videos and it's kind of gross and disgusting? Well, it's starting to become a problem. My esophagus was very inflamed and I had to start taking medication. One of the things that I did to stop the acid recently over the past like week or so is I actually stopped drinking coffee and I'm replacing it with tea and it's helping quite a bit. So Better Ideas channel editor. Can someone send me the channel editor's YouTube link? He is so hilarious. I want to check him out, but I can't find him. Cheers.
They love me.
And then I posted this and his name is Demetrios and he makes, okay, no, that's not his video. That's an ad. Yeah, so check it out. Makes dope videos. Yeah, press that subscribe. Oh, I'm not subscribed.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Oh, because I'm incognito. I am subscribed, I swear. That's all the memes for today. We're going to hop into your questions. I keep on clearing my throat aggressively because I think when phlegm forms in areas, it's because the body's trying to heal. I think that's how it goes. It's like a protective layer.
Layers!
It's almost like a scab for places that shouldn't scab. Me, okay, so time to stop procrastinating and get to work. YouTube, this is getting out of hand. Yeah. What am I doing here again? Right. Justin Lamb says, I have a question this time. What is something that is unimportant to most people that you have strong opinions about? Ooh, very good question. Okay, William T says chicken soup. Stefan says commas. Nah, man, commas. They're like really useful. The only misplaced comma in this whole thing is that one. Porn. I hate porn.
Me too, kid.
Editor, Joey, how much Toy Story... Okay, I need to answer this question. I can't just like skip the question. But this is actually a difficult question. I can give some dumb answers like, I don't like when people oversaturate their colors in their color grade. That's nerdy and no one really cares.
I do.
You don't watch this show for content like that. That's really dumb.
I do.
But by nature, if I'm answering this question correctly, you shouldn't care about my answer because no one cares about it. It's only stuff that I care about.
Hey, I'm a real good sweater.
Okay, here's something that's unimportant to most people. How boring it is to watch dump and chase hockey. Like hockey systems developed in the 90s and coaches who are very old, and they deploy these systems to their teams, and it absolutely neuters any sort of offensive talent. And they just dump and chase, get pucks in deep, and then people just like, so like the Montreal Canadiens just had a coaching change and they just swapped out their old dinosaur Claude Julien coach for a younger, more offensively minded coach who is, savvy with the modern times. And just like that, the offense of our team looks so much better. Power plays clicking, blah, 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 even though Alex Burrows runs the power play. So all that to say, sometimes the way it's always done is wrong. Sometimes hockey, sometimes pro sports, the nature of the game changes, and you can't just play the same old systems that you've been running since the 90s. So that's something that I care about quite a bit, and not very many of you will care about. So
Damn right.
Zara says, I'm 20 and I feel like the life train is long gone. I know this sounds ridiculous, but I see my friends already settled into a good career, and most of them have passions and serious hobbies, while I feel mildly interested in everything and in a constant analysis paralysis state. This has been weighing on me lately to the point that I have abandoned life in its entirety. I stopped eating well, fighting my bad habits, and working out. What can I do to snap out of it? Are there first steps to getting your shit together as an unaccomplished 20-year-old? Excellent question. I feel like a lot of people have been in your exact situation or are probably in your exact situation. So the issue you think stems from the fact that you see that your friends are settled into a good career and most of them have passions and serious hobbies. So you're kind of comparing yourself to everyone around you. And it's so easy to compare yourself to people around you when you are not in a good situation. It's very, very easy to just like, when you don't feel too good about yourself, you look at your peers and see, okay, what are they doing? And I don't know how much time you spend on social media. A lot of the time that answer is going to be a lot better than I am. But it's all a lie. People post highlights on social media. People, on the surface will tend to present themselves well. We are kind of hardwired to present ourselves well or appear on the surface that we're doing very, very well and that we're very happy and we're inspired. But a lot of the time, it's so common to feel aimless on the inside. It's very, very common to feel like you have no purpose and that you're, depressed or something on the inside. So you can't tell what other people are going through. So that's all to say that comparison is just absolutely useless, and it's feeding this feeling of you not having your shit together. And you're only 20 years old. You're supposed to not have your shit together. You're supposed to not really know what you want to do when you're 20. You know, a lot of people your age seem to have their life together, but at the same time, I can guarantee you 90% of them feel just as aimless as you, and it's normal and it's okay. Sorry for the gross throat clearing. All this to say, once you have this mental burden of being behind off of you, then you can have the freedom to assess what you're actually interested in and explore. And you're supposed to be interested in everything, and that's a good thing, and you should embrace the fact that you're interested in everything and in constant analysis paralysis. You can get rid of the analysis paralysis and just kind of jump head first into some of these things that you're interested in. And my advice to you would be to just remove the analysis paralysis. You just do that by taking bold risks and taking action into the first thing that pops into your head. And it sounds like you have a lot of things that are popping into your head. Just know that nobody has their life together at your age. You don't have to have your life together at your age. And just pursue what you're interested in. And it's that simple. Go boldly into the night. Hold on, there's a burp coming. And I know Demetrios is going to edit and like the whole ground shaking and stuff like that. Hilarious, dude. Hilarious. You don't have to do it every single time.
You mean like this? But what about this? Or this?
What am I doing again? I feel like this light is too hot. Slightly better.
Nice.
JK Command says, question, you hear everywhere to not start multiple, especially large or difficult habits at the same time since it causes burnout. Is there any way to start a lot of good habits in a short time period without getting burnt out in less than a week? I ask because I need to get my life in order, systems, routines, etc. ASAP. Although each time I've tried, I always encounter burnout, which leads to very lazy tendencies which do more harm than good, more harm than the good habits which lasted a week were able to bring. Thanks. Also, this burnout usually lasts for many months. Very destructive, as you can imagine. Well, it sounds like you're going too hard and you already know the answer to this question. The issue that you're having probably is from a logistical standpoint, and that is how many habits can I add at once and how intense should these habits be? With habit building, you can absolutely build multiple habits at the same time. However, so think about your like willpower. Your willpower is not a finite resource. Finite resource. A lot of people think it is. It's useful to think of your willpower as a finite resource. The only reason it's not a finite resource is because if you think about it like a finite resource and then you get tired at the end of the day, you might think that you're physically incapable to do anything productive at the end of the day, which isn't true. You always have a second gear, a third gear, a fourth gear. You just have to have a strong enough incentive to kick into these gears. But at the same time, though, on a typical day, if you're trying to avoid burnout, I think it's useful to view your willpower like it's a finite resource, even though it's probably isn't. So if you think of it this way, if you're trying to build one habit, say like you want to drink a gallon of water a day, how much do you think going to the sink and filling up your water jug takes out of that willpower? Do you think it's a large chunk? Do you think it's a small chunk? And you can answer this by trying to assess how much resistance you feel towards doing that activity. How hard is it generally for you to do this activity? And if the answer is, well, not a lot at all, it's actually very easy, then you know that this is probably a small enough habit that you can bunch in with another habit. But this is where the catch comes in. If you have like one habit, for instance, and you're only trying to build this one habit, but it's this one habit that always gives you this huge sense of resistance and you always procrastinate doing it and you hate doing it, then this is the habit that you probably should be focusing on, but don't tack any other habits along with it because it's hard enough to do as it is. And since it's so difficult for you to do every single day, even with that habit, you might want to size things down. You know, say if it's reading, 15 pages a day. If you don't want to read 15 pages a day, knock it back to a page a day. And that sounds almost infinitesimally small and almost a joke, but assess your internal resistance. How difficult would it be for you to read 1 page a day? And if the answer is like, oh, that would be a reasonable challenge, Don't compare yourself with other people and like, oh, other people are reading a book a day or whatever. But for you, if it's a reasonable challenge to read 1 page a day, then that's probably a good starting point. Don't tack on any other habits to that reasonable starting point until you've mastered that reasonable starting point. Until you read 1 page every single day for a month, then you can think about adding on other habits that you want to get serious about. But use this internal resistance as a compass to determine how difficult a habit is and whether or not you should be tacking on other habits alongside of it. Assess your own internal resistance and likelihood to accomplish a certain task and use that as a guide to form habits. If that makes sense, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
If it doesn't make sense, I'm sorry. Naughty DM2 says, Big Man Joey, who's your favorite superhero? I get Saitama from you. I don't know how you pronounce that, but isn't that like, who's Saitama? Is that like One Punch Man?
Are you kidding me?
And I can see why, right? Like he's pretty, egg-shaped, very, very clean, aerodynamic, smooth. That's not what I wanted to see. My favorite superhero is Larry the Lobster, a superhero. He should be. If they brought Larry the Lobster into the MCU, that'd be pretty dope, just for like one movie. But in all seriousness, I don't know if I have a favorite superhero. The ones I'm not a huge fan of are Superman. I think he's just OP. With Superman movies, it's hard to feel for the character because he's so invincible. You never feel like he's in any sort of danger. Obviously, when he has kryptonite around him, then there's danger, but he's usually like one person in the whole universe who ever has kryptonite. That being said, I don't know, where was I going with that? Batman's cool, but it depends what kind of Batman. Christopher Nolan's Batman is probably one of my favorite superheroes, if not my favorite superhero. Iron Man's a classic. I don't know if he's my favorite, but he's a classic. Hulk's kind of dumb. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, pretty dope.
They love me.
I think he's the best Spider-Man.
Really?
And Tom Holland's is probably in second place.
Look at little
Iron Boy.
Junior. Gonna cry?
And then Garfield, third place. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know. There's a rough gauge of some of my preferences. Joshua Moore says, Saw Joey. What is a book that you've read that came highly recommended, but that you found underwhelming and overhyped? I can answer that question immediately, and that is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. As I've said in a previous video, I couldn't make it past the first chapter of that book.
Wow.
I was not the target audience, probably. It was probably like 15-year-old girls or something with the way it was written. But I just found it so on the nose, so cheesy, so unsubstantial. And I don't want to shit on Jen Sincero or anything. I only read the first chapter, so I did not give it a fair shake. You should automatically disqualify my opinion since I only read the first chapter. But I couldn't make it past the first chapter. Usually I go further than that on books. But this one, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. And it was on the bookshelves everywhere. It was pumped out. And it was on every self-improvement section, shelf everywhere. And so I picked it up. I'm like, okay, this must be relevant. Everyone's talking about it, I guess. But I couldn't do it.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
It was like water. It didn't taste like anything. It didn't move me. Didn't affect me. Didn't get me hyped. I remember being in a kind of lower place when I picked up the book. I'm like, oh, this will probably kind of motivate me to get me back on my feet again. And I just remember being like, what is this?
What is this?
This is not what I need right now. This is just like, it's nothing. Miranda says, question, do you grow any plants? Also, what's your favorite treat yourself meal?
Photosynthesis.
Growing any plants. I kill every plant that I try to grow. I kill every idea that I try to come up with. Kill every hope that I ever had. I try to grow succulents, and you can't mess up succulents, but I can. Also, what's your favorite treat yourself meal? Okay, treat yourself meal. A good old steak. A good old steak with some asparagus. I haven't made any asparagus in a long time, but you know how asparagus makes your pee smell funny? I find that as a sign that I'm being healthy in a weird way. It's like, okay, the asparagus is working. It's making my pee smell funny. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I don't know where I was going with that, but thank you so much for watching this show called Joey Answers Your Questions. The show, below every single video, there's the this little link. You'll click on this link, and it will take you to r/better ideas. If you are horrible at Photoshop, so is everyone else here, and I encourage you to contribute. your memes, your humor, it'll probably make it on the next episode because pretty much every single post that is posted to Better Ideas right now in the early stages gets shown on the next episode. So hope to see your memes in there. Hope to see your comments and your contributions. And even more importantly than the memes is your questions. We need your questions. So ask questions below this video and I will look forward to answering them in the next episode. Peace.